sustainability and green energy, Viking heritage, welfare system, new Nordic food. Welcome to Denmark Explained, where we explore the rich tapestry of Danish culture, one captivating story at a time. Imagine a city where garbage fuels electricity, where skyscrapers are ski slopes, and where more people ride bikes than drive cars. A place where climate change isn't just debated, it's battled on every street corner, rooftop, and schoolyard. That place is Copenhagen, the capital of Denmark, and it dared to make a promise few cities would to become the world's first carbon-neutral capital by 2025. Now, the moment of truth has arrived. Has Copenhagen fulfilled its daring pledge? What breakthroughs were made? Where did it fall short? And most importantly, what can the world learn from the city that tried to save the planet? This is the full story behind Copenhagen's carbon-neutral dream. But before we continue, please support the channel by pressing the like button, share and hit subscribe. And if you want to see more, remember to click on the playlist link below in the description. Thank you. Let's rewind the clock to 2009. At the United Nations Climate Change Conference, also known as COP15, the world's leaders gathered in Copenhagen. Expectations were high, but global consensus remained out of reach. While nations argued, Copenhagen's city government took a different route. It set an ambitious, measurable, and near-term goal to be carbon neutral by 2025. This was more than a symbolic pledge. It included a detailed climate action plan with yearly benchmarks, budgets, public accountability, and citizen participation. Copenhagen didn't aim to simply reduce emissions. It aimed to eliminate or offset them completely, starting from a 2005 baseline. By 2021, the city had cut emissions by over 70%, an extraordinary figure. But how did they get so far, so fast? To become carbon neutral, the city needed to transform its energy system completely. The first and most visible leap came from wind power. Copenhagen is at the heart of Denmark's wind revolution. Offshore turbines was built cooperatively by citizens, and the city generate thousands of megawatt hours of clean electricity. On land, newer wind turbines were added, and citizens could buy shares in them, a move that made climate investment personal. The goal was 44 megawatts of wind energy inside city limits by 2025. Combined with national-level power exports, Copenhagen was able to claim 100% renewable electricity for its municipal operations by 2017. But wind wasn't enough. Enter Copenhill, perhaps the boldest energy project ever built in an urban setting. This waste-to-energy plant converts 440,000 tons of municipal waste into heat and electricity annually, serving tens of thousands of homes. And on its roof, a ski slope, hiking trail, and climbing wall, because climate tech doesn't have to be ugly. It's clean, efficient, and dramatic. A perfect example of Copenhagen's belief that sustainability and style can go hand in hand. In most cities, heating and cooling are the single biggest energy drain. Not in Copenhagen. The city's secret weapon? District heating. Over 98% of homes in Copenhagen are connected to a centralized system that delivers hot water and steam from waste incineration, biomass, and increasingly, solar thermal and heat pumps. This system is far more efficient than individual gas or oil boilers. Large-scale heat pumps now draw warmth from seawater and wastewater. In some areas, solar panels contribute. Everything is optimized with smart metering. It's energy justice in action, heating that's greener, cheaper, and smarter. Nowhere is Copenhagen's climate story more visible than on its streets. The city is built for people, Not for cars. More than 60% of Copenhageners bike to work or school daily. That's because the infrastructure makes it easier to cycle than to drive. There are over 400 kilometers of dedicated, protected bike lanes, and the city maintains them year-round. Even in winter, traffic signals are synced to bike speeds in what's called the green wave. Add in bike superhighways that connect suburbs to the city, and you've got one of the most efficient cycling systems in the world. But Copenhagen isn't just about bikes. The driverless metro is powered entirely by renewables. The city's buses are shifting to electric and biogas, and even the harbor ferries are now zero emissions. By 2025, Copenhagen aimed for 75% of all trips to be made by walking, cycling, or public transport. And they got very close. If energy powers the dream, then design gives it form. Copenhagen's buildings aren't just efficient, they're visionary. Every new building must comply with strict energy standards. Many feature triple glazing, heat recovery systems, solar facades, and intelligent ventilation. In neighborhoods like Nordhavn, a former port is being transformed into a climate-resilient, car-free district. Everything you need is within a 5-minute walk. Public transport, shops, schools, and jobs. Climate adaptation is key. The city has built stormwater boulevards, absorbent parks, and underground reservoirs to handle cloudbursts, sudden intense rainfall caused by climate change. The architecture isn't just sustainable, it's beautiful, social, and built for longevity. Even the best plans fail without the people. But Copenhagen's greatest strength? Its citizens. In 2023, Copenhagen launched its first Citizens' Climate Assembly, where randomly selected residents deliberated on policies, from banning fossil cars to taxing meat. The city also created CopenPay, a mobile app that tracks your personal carbon footprint and rewards you for actions like biking or using the metro. The reward? Free coffees, museum tickets, or transit passes. Schools and kindergartens are going green too, with zero-waste cafeterias, solar panels, and outdoor classrooms that teach kids the value of nature. When people feel ownership, climate action becomes a culture, not a burden. How do you measure a city's emissions? Well, with transparency. Copenhagen uses an open carbon accounting system, updated every year and reviewed by experts. They measure emissions from heating, electricity, transport, and operations. Since 2005, total emissions have dropped over 70%, but one challenge remained: emissions from waste incineration. This led to the next big bet: carbon capture. Copenhagen's 2025 carbon-neutral plan hinged on one final leap: a carbon capture facility at Copenhill. It would capture 500,000 tons of carbon dioxide every year, removing the last major emissions source. But in 2024, the Danish government withdrew funding. The project was delayed until at least 2026. This meant Copenhagen missed its 2025 target, not for lack of effort, but due to political and financial headwinds. Yet the city declared, the goal isn't dead, it's just moved, likely to 2026 to 2028. So, what can other cities learn from Copenhagen's journey? Lesson 1. Set a deadline. It creates urgency and direction. Lesson 2. Integrate systems. Energy, transport, housing, and food must all work together. Lesson 3. Design for people. Biking, walking, clean air. These aren't luxuries, they're necessities. Lesson 4. Trust citizens. Give them tools, choices, and rewards. Copenhagen proves climate policy doesn't have to feel like punishment. It can feel like progress. Copenhagen now looks beyond neutrality. The city wants to become climate positive, removing more carbon than it emits. New targets include fully electrified construction sites, zero-emission zones, dietary changes, urban carbon sinks, and even emissions monitoring for tourism and exports. The city is creating a global roadmap, one that redefines prosperity for the 21st century. Copenhagen didn't hit the 2025 finish line, but it got closer than any other capital on Earth. And in doing so, it redrew the boundaries of what's possible. This isn't just a story about Denmark, it's about every city, everywhere. We all face the same storm, but Copenhagen has shown a way through. So what will your city do next? We hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us bring you more amazing content. Join us here at Denmark Explained, where we uncover the wonders of Danish culture, one story at a time. See you in the next video.